Hi, my name is Sveta and today I'm going to talk about South Korea, a really beautiful country in East Asia, actually called as Republic of Korea. But first, some quick basic information. Location: Eastern Asia, Korean Peninsula. Capital: Seoul. Nationality: Korean. Population: 51 million. Currency: South Korean won. And about the flag. The flag's background is white, a traditional color in Korean culture. The color represents peace and purity. The circle in the middle represents balance in the universe. The red half represents positive cosmic forces and the blue half represents the opposite negative cosmic forces. Together, the trigrams represent movement and harmony as fundamental principles. Each trigram represents one of the four classic elements: heaven, fire, water, earth, or spring, autumn, winter, and summer. National culture. Korea is greatly influenced by the Chinese and Japanese cultures. This influence can be seen by Confucianism, which established many traditions that can be seen in modern Korea today. These traditions include the ethical code of conduct in social life and showing respect to the elders and family. Koreans also believe in sincerity and loyalty and follow certain codes of conduct while meeting, eating, praying, and even celebrating. At times when many other cultures would shake hands, Koreans bow. They bow as a sign of gratitude and respect to the person they're meeting. Religion. Confucianism, Buddhism, and Christianity are the main religions. Buddhism is a religion in Korea with the most followers, and its teachings have a great impact on Korean lifestyles, culture, and art. Celebrations. Festivals have great importance in Korean life. Korean festivals are full of life, colors, and joy, and they are celebrated throughout the year. Most celebrations and festivals are related to harvest and family. The Korean society depends on farming, so many of their celebrations focus on events to pray for a good harvest. These events have gradually turned into popular celebrations and festivals held regularly in Korea. As for Korean celebrations, there are two main national holidays. It's New Year's Day, second full moon after winter solstice, and Chuseok, the 8th full moon. And what about gender roles? Equality of the sex is constitutional, but still daily life is dominated by male guidance within a primarily patriarchal society. Social organization is influenced by gender and age. Women are expected to be submissive in public situations and at formal gatherings. However, women are considered more independent than their male counterparts. Table manners. The Korean culture is based on politeness and respect, and this is clearly evident in Korean table manners. Here are some Korean manners for sharing meals with others. First, older people should sit first at the table. Second, a guest say "잘 먹습니다," which means I will enjoy the meal as a sign of respect to the host. Third, eat at the same pace of other people sitting at the table. And 4, chew your food with your mouth closed and do not make noises while chewing. And there are some taboos in South Korean culture that any tourist mustn't do. Do not wear your shoes in places of worship or people's homes. Do not put your feet on furniture. Do not eat or drink in public places while walking. Do not use red ink. This is a symbol of death and is reserved only for writing the names of the deceased. It is considered unlucky and suggests you wish death to the recipient. Do not use the number 4 if at all possible. If giving gifts, do not give 4 of something. It is considered unlucky due to the similarity between the Korean word for death and the pronunciation of the word for. Do not stand too close to people you are meeting for the first time. Keep an arm length between you. Typical appearance and clothing. Koreans are a really fashionable nation. Both women and men wear trendy clothes while showing off their unique Korean style. However, as any country, South Korea has their own traditional clothes, and it's hanbok. The traditional dress known as hanbok has been worn since ancient times. The hanbok consists of a short, chogori, and a skirt, chima. According to social status, Koreans used to dress differently, making clothing an important mark of social rank. Impressive but sometimes cumbersome, costumes were worn by the ruling class and the royal family. Hanbok are classified according to their purposes: everyday dress, ceremonial dress, and special dress. Ceremonial dresses are worn on formal occasions, including a child's first birthday, doljanti, a wedding, or a funeral. Special dresses are made for purposes such as shamans, officials. The everyday use of the dress sadly has been lost. However, elderly still dress in hanbok, as well as active estates or the remnant of aristocratic families from the Joseon dynasty. Local food and must eat. Kimchi is one of the famous foods of Korea. Kimchi is pickled vegetables which contain a lot of vitamins. There are many types of kimchi, including cabbage kimchi, spring onion kimchi, cucumber kimchi, radish kimchi, and sesame kimchi. And here is some Korean food that everyone has to try: hot dog, sweet syrupy pancakes, bulgogi, marinated beef barbecue, samgyeopsal, pork strips, japchae, stir-fried noodles, tteokbokki, spicy rice cake, bibimbap, mixed rice, and sundae, blood sausage. You can find these dishes in every neighborhood and try it. It's not so expensive. Korean medical system. In current situation in the world, I'd like to talk about medical care in case of COVID-19. Amid the crisis and despite a second wave of infections in Asian countries, South Korea continues to lead the way in containing the spread of COVID-19 with one of the lowest casualty rates in the world. According to Johns Hopkins University medical researchers, the COVID-19 death rate is 0.97% in South Korea compared to 7.94% in Italy and 3.98% in mainland China and Hong Kong and 1.68% in the United States. Jerome Kim, Director General of the International Vaccine Institute, said one of the reasons South Korea has done so well is that it has a robust biotech industry made up of many small companies run by scientists. Korean companies acted fast to produce those tests, and the country now has enough to screen some 20,000 people a day. South Korea opened up testing centers that people could drive in and go through. They made it all free, and once they identified people, they put them into quarantine. In early February, the government also obtained mobile phone records, credit card receipts, and other private data of everyone who tested positive for COVID-19, and used the information to track the spread of the virus, making much of the data available to the public. And Jerome Kim acknowledged that while South Korea has worked diligently to combat the virus, the battle is far from over. Typical tourist accommodations. As a common modern country, there are a lot of hotels and hostels in South Korea, but for any tourists that want to try something different, I have some recommendations. First place I'd like to recommend is Chimchilban. Chimchilban is a large segregated public bathhouse in South Korea, furnished with hot tubs, showers, Korean traditional gin, saunas, and massage tables. It's not only for resting and cleaning yourself, but also a great place to stay for a night. The heated floor is making your stay comfortable, and the whole atmosphere is really relaxing. Price is not really high, 11,000 won to 13,000 won. And one more, Koreans are famously hospitable. Staying at family-run guest house is a great way to peek inside Koreans' everyday lives. A night at a guest house often includes a community breakfast, tea time, and more socializing than you're probably used to when traveling. Guest houses are similar to Western bed and breakfasts, so the term B&B is relatively new to South Korea. A property advertised as a B&B is probably recently opened and more expensive than a guest house. To find these types of accommodations in South Korea, you can go to TripAdvisor site and search there. Transport infrastructure. South Korea has a very advanced and modern infrastructure which has been expanding since 1960. Both the South Korea government and private sectors are involved in financing, construction, and operation of various infrastructure projects and services. Subway. 6 cities have a subway system: Seoul, Busan, Daejeon, Daegu, Gwangju, and Incheon. The subway, also referred to as a metro, is a cheap and convenient way of getting around these major cities, and since size and station names are in English as well as Korean, it is foreign friendly and easy to use. Taxi. Taxis are numerous almost everywhere and fares are inexpensive. Every taxi has a meter that works on a distance basis but switches to a time basis when the vehicle is stuck in a traffic jam. Ilban, regular taxis, cost around 3,300 won for the first 2 kilometers with a 20% surcharge from midnight to 4 a.m. While the Pricer Mobom deluxe taxis, black with a yellow top, that exist in some cities cost around 5,500 won for the first 3 kilometers, but with no late surcharge. Since few taxi drivers speak English, plan how to communicate with the driver. If you have a mobile phone, you can use a 1330 tourist advice line to help with interpretation. It can be useful to write down your destination or nearby landmark in Hangul on a piece of paper. T-Money card. Bus, subway, taxi, and train fares can all be paid using the rechargeable touch-and-go T-Money card. The card provides 101 discount per trip. The basic card can be bought for non-refundable 3,000 won at any subway station booth. Bus. Local city buses provide frequent and inexpensive service. The main problem with local buses is finding and getting on the right bus. Bus timetables, bus stop names, and destination signs on the buses are rarely in English, and bus drivers usually don't speak English. Writing your destination in big Hangul letters on a piece of paper like this will be really helpful. Local tourist information centers usually have English-speaking staff. They are the best places to find out which local bus goes where and where to pick it up. The app Nowhere Map is available in English and has accurate journey planner information for the whole country. Must-see sites. Seoul Tower. Rising almost 500 meters above the city, this communication and observation tower provides dramatic views of the city from its perch on the side of Mount Namsan. A cable car whisks you up the side of the mountain to the base of the tower. From here, you can go up in the tower and visit any one of 4 observation decks. One of each is a rotating restaurant. Bukchon Hanok Village. For a taste of Korean culture and architecture, head over to the Bukchon Hanok Village. This preserved area of several ancient neighborhoods gives you a feel for what it was like to live in Korea 600 years ago. It's right in central Seoul, in the area between Gyeongbokgung Palace and the Chandokgung Palace. The neighborhoods feature hanoks or traditional Korean houses. It's a unique place as it's a historic area very popular with tourists, but it's also a real neighborhood because the houses are all occupied. Some of the hanoks are now guest houses and bed and breakfasts, and a few are museums and can be toured. Others are cultural centers showcasing traditional crafts and other historic aspects of Korean life. This is a fun place to spend an afternoon and really gives visitors the feeling of being in ancient Korea due to the historic architecture and narrow streets. National Museum of Korea. This must-see attraction in Seoul showcases the incredible history and artwork of Korea and the Korean people. The museum, one of the largest in Asia, is in the city's Yonsan districts, close to Itaewon. It focuses on archaeology, history, and art and includes a vast collection of works and objects going back more than a million years. There are ancient and prehistoric artifacts, sculpture, paintings, and other artwork, along with a large collection of objects and antiques. Gyeongbokgung Palace. First built in 1395, Gyeongbokgung Palace is the largest of Seoul's 5 grand palaces built during the powerful Joseon dynasty. Destroyed and rebuilt several times over the centuries, it was restored to its original glory after the Second World War and totally restored in the 1990s. Within the palace grounds, you can also find the National Palace Museum of Korea and the National Folk Museum, and both are worth a visit. Gwanghwamun Gate. The largest and main gate to Seoul's Gyeongbokgung Palace, Gwanghwamun Gate is home to the changing of the guards ceremony, performed since 1469, which happens daily except Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. The gate has undergone many renovations and rebuilding, most recently in 2010, when it was restored to its original location and reconstructed with native materials. There is a large plaza in front, and the gate sits in front of the vast Gwanghwamun Square, home to frequent political demonstrations, a large subway station, giant fountain, and some huge statues of Joseon-era leaders. Han River, or Hangan, is a major river flowing through the heart of Seoul. Indeed, spending a whole day exploring Han River is one of the most amazing things to do in Seoul. This river is an iconic symbol of the capital, not just because of its beautiful scenery, but also its historical value. If you find yourself enjoying a trip in Korea, it would be a shame if you miss this place. Enjoying Han River Firework Festival. Seoul International Fireworks Festival is an annual event organized by the Hanwha Company, attracting different countries to participate every year. Every year, many firework companies are invited to this festival to show their firework performance and light up the night of the city. The fireworks displayed to the resonance of music and lasers will bring you unforgettable memories. This festival attracts millions of viewers each year. Besides participating in the firework festival, do not miss other events following it. Possible takeaways. K-beauty products. In recent years, Korean cosmetics have become all the rage in just about every corner of the world. Popularized by Korean pop culture, both women and men around the globe have shifted their interests and preferences toward Korean skincare and makeup products. From sheet masks to BB cream to cleansing products and hand lotions, South Korea has become one of the best and most affordable beauty products on the market. Ginseng. Korean ginseng is known worldwide for its healing medicinal properties that are believed to enhance concentration, reduce stress, increase stamina, and treat high blood pressure. While pricey, this magic root makes for a great buy. And some cute stationery. Korea is the king of cuteness, especially when it comes to stationery products, from sneaker-shaped pencil cases to colorful letters plastered with adorable characters. The country has a little something for every style. Mongojom, or stationery shop, can be found in just every neighborhood. But bigger franchises like Artbox, to an extent, and Hot Tracks offer the best selections. So what does make South Korea so special to live? In my opinion, it's just a different culture, different country, and it's already worthy to visit and see it with your own eyes. Because of difference in mentality, your trip is going to be fascinating because you've never seen it before, and it's a whole new experience. So I think South Korea is worthy to visit. So Thank you for your attention, and I hope you like my virtual tour to South Korea.
오빤 강남스타일